No, it's okay. I want to be the host.
I've never been the host.
Really? Wait,
Yes.
did Miss Nisma came?
Yes.
Yeah, but she's muted
Yes, Miss
and
Nisma's here.
Who was the host?
me.
Dina.
Oh, I am back and I will be the host again. All right, guys, let's
Too
continue.
late, miss, you already are.
Yeah, I know. So I want you to open page 47 as I told you before getting
Already-
disconnected.
Already did it.
All
I
right.
already opened it.
I already solved page 47.
Okay, very good. Okay, so page 40.
And 48 and 49.
What?
It's
Yeah,
like
that's
the super.
page
All right.
I wish I
52,
I
50.
saw 48 and 49, but I didn't.
We're all
see
55.
47.
Okay. All right. All right. Now open page 47 and mute your mics, please.
Okay.
Okay. In page 46, at the beginning, in page 46, there was a boy called Paul, and he had four types of rocks, 4 pieces of different kinds of rocks. He had granite, slate, sandstone, and limestone. Okay. And then he started to bring all 4 of them, and he started to drop some water on each one of them. Then the next question was, we want to know what is the name of the rock that gets soaked with water the most. And we said that when a rock gets soaked by water, we call it permeable, which is the opposite of impermeable. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this very well, guys. So permeable is the opposite of impermeable. So when I say something is impermeable or a rock is impermeable, this means that this rock does not get soaked with water. Okay, it doesn't have any holes to get the water inside it. But when I say that this rock is permeable, this means that it's like a sponge. It can get soaked with water, or it has a lot of holes, so it will get the water inside it. That was in page 46 quickly. Now in page 47, Paul started to make another test. In the first one, he was testing which one is permeable, which was impermeable. In page 47, now he wants to test the hardness of each of those 4 rocks. Okay, he wants to test how hard they are. So what will he do? He brings all 4 of them. Okay, then he will pick up the granite and he will start using each one of the rocks to scratch the granite. Let me tell you how. Now I have 4 rocks. I will pick up the granite and then I will start to scratch the granite using the slate. And then I will scratch the granite using the sandstone. And then I will scratch the granite using the limestone. And I will record all of my results. Then I will do the other way around. I will pick up the slate and I will start scratching the slate using the granite. And then I will scratch the slate using the sandstone. And then I will scratch the slate using the limestone. Okay? The next thing, I will pick up the sandstone and I will scratch the sandstone using the granite. And then scratch the sandstone using the slate. And then I will scratch the sandstone using the limestone. Then the next, I will pick up the limestone and I will try to scratch the limestone using the granite. And then I will try to scratch the limestone using the slate. And then I will try scratching the limestone using the sandstone. Do you understand how the test works? Huh? Hello?
No.
No?
No.
Yes.
No.
Who says yes? Who says no?
I say no.
Mira doesn't
I say
understand.
no.
Ruqayya doesn't
I say
understand.
No. Nisma, I can understand that we scratch, for example,
I say yes.
the
Okay.
limestone and sandstone.
Dear,
What?
you have all 4 of the rocks, okay?
Okay.
You have
Okay.
granite, slate, sandstone, and limestone. You want to know how hard they are, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
what will you
Okay.
do? What will you do? You're not going to use any tool. You're going to use the rocks themselves to scratch each other with them.
Okay.
So
So
you
you
will
say
start,
that we will scratch the slate with the limestone and the granite with the sandstone.
no, you will scratch each one of them with all of the rocks. Meaning, you have 4 kinds of rocks, right? You will
Yes.
get, yeah, okay, you will get the granite first. You have the granite now, okay, in your hand, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And you will bring the slate and you will try to scratch the granite with it.
Okay.
And you will record whether it got scratched or not. And then you will leave the slate.
Okay.
You will leave the slate. You still have the granite in your hand. And you will take the sandstone. You will try to scratch the granite using the sandstone.
Okay.
And then you will write the result. The granite got or did not get scratched by the sandstone. Then you will leave the sandstone. You still have the granite in your hand. You will pick up the limestone and you will try to scratch the granite with the limestone.
Okay.
And then you will leave it. Now you wrote the results of each of those rocks, whether they were able to scratch the granite or not.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm done with the granite. Now I want to know how hard the slate is. So I will pick up the slate now. I have it in my
And then
left hand.
scratch it.
And then I will scratch it with the rest of the rocks. Exactly. You will get the granite and scratch the slate with it. You will write down whether it got scratched or not. Then you will leave the granite. You will take the sandstone. You will try to scratch the slate with it. And then you will leave the sandstone. Then you'll take the limestone and you try to scratch the slate with it. Then you leave the limestone. Now you wrote everything related to the slate. Now, which one do you want to try? Whether they are hard or not?
The slate.
I'm done with the slate.
Okay.
Pick up another one.
Granite.
We're done with the granite. The granite and the slate was the first 2. Huh?
Limestone.
Okay, you want to try to see how hard the limestone is. So
Yes.
what will you do, Ruqayya? You have the limestone in your hand. What should you do?
I'll scratch it.
With what?
Sandstone.
And what else?
Granite and slate.
Slate, exactly. You're trying to see whether all of the other 3 rocks will be able to scratch the limestone or not.
Okay.
Do you understand now?
Yes.
Oh, Mira, do you understand? Mira. Mira fell in the hole. Mira. Where is she? All right. So let's continue, guys. Now that you got the idea, stop playing and drawing on my screen. Yes, Mira, you're old now, guys. This is really for children. Do you understand, Mira?
Yes.
All right, very good. Now, Paul did what I just said. He tried to scratch all of the rocks with each other, and he wrote his results in this table. Okay, so he wrote the rocks he was trying to scratch: the slate, the limestone, the granite, and the sandstone, all the rocks he have. And now he is trying to write or wrote the results of him trying to scratch each of the slate, for example, with the limestone, granite, and sandstone. And then he wrote when he tried to scratch the limestone with the slate, the granite, and the sandstone. Let's take the slate at the beginning. Now he has the slate. He's tried to scratch the slate with, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. He tried to scratch the limestone with the slate. Did it leave a scratch?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the slate was able to scratch the limestone. Now he tried to scratch the granite using the slate. Did it leave a scratch?
No.
No. Now he tried to scratch the sandstone with the slate. Did it leave a scratch?
Yes.
Yup.
Yes. All right. So this means that the slate is harder than what and what?
It's harder than
The limestone and the stone.
Yes, the limestone and the sandstone. Very good. Okay. Now then he is trying to scratch the rocks using the limestone. So when he scratched the slate with the limestone, did it leave a scratch?
No.
No.
And when he tried to scratch the granite with the limestone, did it leave a scratch?
No.
No.
When he tried to scratch the sandstone with the limestone, did it leave a scratch?
No.
So this means that the limestone is what?
Weak.
Yeah,
It's not going to work.
the weakest or the softest rock, because it wasn't able to scratch any of the other rocks.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, but I can't understand. So here I'll tell you on the first one, the slate. It says on the slate. We didn't try that it work or no. So
Yeah,
how
you're not going to try it on itself.
Okay.
Yeah, and here the same. Each one of them, you did not try it on itself. Here the slate, you did not try it on slate because it doesn't make sense. The limestone, you did not try it on limestone. The granite, you did not try it on the granite. The sandstone, you didn't try it on the sandstone. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the question says, use the table to answer these questions. Which rocks did the slate scratch? We already answered this, but I want someone to answer it. I am sorry, Mira and Ruqayya, I'm not going to take any of you because you were very good participants with me. So I'm going to take someone else. All right, because they were participating and they were answering with me. Where are the rest? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Hey, which rocks did the slate scratch? Wake up.
Miss Nesma, I solved it in the book.
Okay, very good, Mira.
Me too.
Very good, Ruqay. Hey, where are the rest? Lina. Lina, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Lina, I want you to answer this question. Which rocks did the slate scratch? Look at the table and tell me which rocks did the slate. Here is the slate. The slate is the first rock used. Do you see it? Look at the screen. The slate. I want you to tell me what rocks did it scratch?
It scratched the granite.
It scratched the granite?
Sorry, and limestone.
The limestone, yes. And what?
The sandstone.
And the sandstone, exactly. So the slate was able to scratch the rest. Can you hear me well, guys, or am I lagging?
No, I can hear you well.
All right. All right. So the slate was able to scratch the limestone and the sandstone. So the answer is limestone and sandstone. Thank you, Lina. Okay, 48 and 49 we did, right? Did we correct them together? Did we correct them together?
No, we didn't correct, but we made it.
All right. No, we need to.
I didn't make it.
Okay, 48 and 49 we're going.
They
were homework, I know, but we didn't correct them together. So we're going to correct them together, okay? Now open page 48, please. Open page 48, please.
Miss Nesma, but I don't have page 48 and 49 in the online assignments.
You don't?
Yes, I don't. I don't have anything. Except like
Neither do I.
Neither do you? Okay, let me check this. Let me check this on Classera, okay?
This because it was in 18/2/2021. And now we're
I
in
will check.
23.
Okay, I will check. I will check. I will check. I will check what is the reason you cannot find it. Okay. Now, page 48. It's also about the hardness of rocks, but in this time, we are not going to use different rocks. No, we are going to use tools. And what tools are we going to use? As you can see here, or the objects that we're going to use to see the hardness of the rocks, we are going to use a fingernail, we're going to use a coin, we're going to use a matchstick and a plastic knife to test the hardness of those rocks. You have 4 rocks: marble, sandstone, granite, and talc. So you're trying to use all of these objects to scratch those rocks. All right? Now the question says, which rock could Jamila's fingernail scratch? So you're looking for the fingernail and you're going to check each one of the rocks. Did they get scratched by fingernail or not? Okay. Now, Julie, I want you to answer this one. It's already written.
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer is talc.
The answer is talc, exactly. So the only thing Jamila's fingernail were able to scratch is the talc, because as you can see, yes, as you can see, there is a tick in front of the talc. So this means that the fingernail was able to scratch the talc. Thank you, Julie. So the answer is talc. Now, page 49. Jamila worked out that granite was the hardest rock she tested. Jamila worked out that granite was the hardest rock she tested. What evidence in the table did Jamila use to find out that granite was the hardest rock she tested? So I will just get back and look at the table. Why did Jamila say that the granite was the hardest rock she tested? You just have to tell me what did she try and didn't work out, or wasn't able to scratch the granite. Hey, Nancy. She tried to scratch it using what?
Using her fingernail.
Fingernail, and what else? Read the objects on the table up there. She tried using fingernail.
And coin and watch stick.
Matchstick.
Matchstick, yes.
And plastic knife. Did any of them were able to scratch the granite?
No.
No. And this is the answer. She tried to scratch the granite using fingernail, coin, matchstick, and plastic knife. Okay, I'm just going to add and none were able to scratch the what? The granite.
Miss?
Yes.
I made it no mark made on granite wait, by any of these objects.
No mark were left by any of these objects. All right.
Yes.
It's correct too. Okay. Now question C, use the information in the table. Use the information in the table. Write the name of each rock in the boxes below to show the order of the rocks from the softest to the hardest. Okay, you will look at the table again and you will write down, okay, which one is the softest rock, and you will go up until you reach the hardest rock. It's already written. The granite is the hardest one. So I want you to tell me which one is the softest and which one is harder and which one is harder until you reach the granite. Hey. Yes, Adham.
This is a word that I can't read in the number B.
There is a word
That's
that you can't.
after fingernail.
Fingernail, coin, matchstick, plastic knife. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Judy.
Okay.
Yes, Judy, I want you to answer C, please. I want you to write, to arrange the rocks from the softest rock to the hardest. The hardest is already written, which is the granite. So I want you to write what is less hard than the granite. Start with the softest one. What?
Shall I go to the table?
Please raise your voice.
Should I go to the table?
Yes, you should look at the table and then you have to arrange them in this scale, as you can see, from the softest to the hardest. The hardest is already done for you, which is the granite. Which one is the softest rock, Judy?
The softest rock?
Yes, the one that got scratched with all the objects.
Marble?
The marble got scratched by all of the objects, the fingernail, the coin, the matchstick, and the plastic knife?
No.
Which one got scratched by all of them? Talc. Yes. Why are your voice so low? I cannot hear anything.
I said
Talc. All right. So it's not talc, it's talc. Okay. So the softest rock is the talc. Okay. Now what's next? What's harder than the talc?
marble.
The marble got scratched by only one of the 4 objects.
No.
So it's not the marble.
Yes, it's sandstone.
Sandstone, exactly. So the sandstone will be the next one because it got scratched by 2 out of 4 of the objects. Okay, so the sandstone is the next.
Lastly,
Then what?
then lastly is marble.
Then next is the marble and then the granite. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so how did we arrange this again? First, we chose the talc because we found from the table in page 48 that the talc has been, the talc got scratched by all of the objects that Jamila used. The fingernail, the coin, the matchstick, and the plastic knife. So this means that it's the softest rock. Then next was the sandstone because it got scratched by 2 out of the 4 objects. It got scratched by the coin and the plastic knife. And then next was the marble because it got scratched by only 1 out of the 4 objects, which is the coin. And then the granite is the last one and the hardest one because it did not get scratched by any of the objects. All right. Question D says, as Jamila was doing her test, she realized it was hard to keep her test fair. As Jamila was doing her test, she realized it was hard to keep her test fair. Tick one box to show why it was hard for Jamila to keep her test fair. Now, this is logic, guys. You have to just look at all of the reasons that they wrote, and I want you to pick up one reason. Why do you think it's Jamila found it hard to make her test fair? Huh. Selim, can you answer this one?
Yes.
Yes. So why did she find it difficult to keep her test fair?
It was difficult to scratch each rock with the same force.
Thank you so much. This is the correct answer. She couldn't control how hard she's going to scratch each of the rocks. She found it difficult to scratch all of the rocks with the same force. She cannot control it because maybe she scratched the rock, for example, the slate. Was there a slate? No. She, for example, tried to scratch the granite with a greater force than the rest. Maybe she pressed on the sandstone more than the talc, for example. Okay, so it was difficult for her to control how hard she's going to scratch each of those rocks. Okay, is it clear, guys? Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to open page 50.
Miss Nisma, can I go to the toilet?
Yes, dear, you may. Okay. Page 50.
Miss, we have only 7 minutes.
What should I do now? I mean, okay, 7 minutes is fine. All right. Okay. Open page 50, please. Okay. You guys are so cute. Okay. So page 50.
Miss,
Yes.
I have a very crazy cat in my house now.
You have a very crazy cat in your house now?
Yes.
Mm.
Miss, I have a bigger crazy cat, but if I want her not to be crazy, I put her in the room and close the door for like 5 or 3 minutes.
You put her where?
In a room that is closed, and I sit with her alone.
Okay,
And close the
and
door.
it gets
Miss,
it gets
look.
calm.
Yes.
All right.
Miss Nisma, I have
There's my cat.
Miss Nisma, I have a camel.
Where?
Camel.
Where do you have a camel? In your room?
Yes, so I
Yeah.
named it Shaukat.
Shaukat. So it's like a stuffed camel, of course, not a real camel.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hi. Oh, Mira. This is lovely.
I made for him a face mask.
Okay.
Oh God. This is so cute. Oh my God. Lovely.
And that's
Oh.
Miss, I should not.
Oh, Mira, this is really creative. I love it. Oh, and a hat too. Nice. Oh, I think you should bring Shaukat
she's
to the
biting my
school.
book. Miss, she's biting my book.
Who? She's biting your book. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's end pet time. Now we have to end the pet time, and we have to start the session again. All right. Let's start with this, guys. Please mute your mics. Now, Raj put a piece of chalk in one container and a piece of granite in another container. He shook both containers for 2 minutes. The photographs below show what happened. Okay, so as you can see, we have two kind of rocks, chalk and granite, and they put it in a container. I think the container should be filled with water. Okay, so they started to shake both containers, and then after shaking them, you find that the chalk has changed the way it looks and the granite is still the same. Okay, so the first question says, give 2 ways that chalk has changed. Okay, considering that the container is filled with water too. Okay, so I want you to tell me, how did the chalk change? How did the chalk change? What happened to it? What happened to it? Ali?
Yes,
So what happened to the chalk, Ali, when I shake it?
it breaks into 3 pieces.
Yes, so it got crumbled, for example, right?
Yes, it got
Yeah.
crumbled.
And if there's water in the container, what do you think will happen to the chalk?
It will wear away. It will start wearing away, and it will start like crumbling into little pieces. But when you shake it, it will crumble into even
So,
smaller pieces.
you think it will
Chalk
get...
is a very soft. Chalk is a pretty type of rock, so it will break
So
very quickly.
do you think it will get soaked with water too? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, the answer is that
Yes.
it broke into smaller pieces and it's filled with water, or got soaked with water. All right. Now the second question says, suggest why the granite did not change. Suggest why the granite did not change. Why do you think the granite did not change? Abdul Halim, are you there? Yes, okay. Why do you think the granite did not change, Abdul Halim? What? Okay, I'm going to just open the chat for you. Okay, because I think there's something seriously wrong with your mic. So please write the answer. The chat is opened now, so you can write the answer. Can you write the answer, Abdul Halim? Hello?
Hello.
You forgot. Oh, the answer that you forgot the answer. All right. Okay, guys. So because I have to end the session, why did the granite did not change? Because the granite is very hard and impermeable. Because the granite is very hard and impermeable. All right, I am going to end the session now, guys, and we are going to start with the rest of this page tomorrow. Okay, so I will be seeing you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
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 Julie, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, dear.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.